Right then, time to look at another 90s classic from the band Radiohead this time, the song Creep, drummed by the rather dapper looking Phil Selway. But really we've only got to learn one drum beat, so let's take a look at that beat now. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you some variations, some simplified variations of it. So let's take a look at the simplified version first. So what we can do is we can play 8 notes on the hi-hat, which is what Phil actually plays. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 4 beats to the bar, and each beat is split up into 2 8th notes counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Snare drum played on beats 2 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Bass drum on beat 1, a bass drum on beat 3 and another bass drum next to it on the and of beat 3. So a really basic classic rock beat. Sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bass, bass, bass. Let's increase the difficulty slightly now. And let's give you another version that you could play that's getting closer to the way Phil actually plays it. So the second version is we remove the bass drum on beat 3 and instead play it on the of beat 2. So we move it 1/16 notes to the left and it falls in between the right hand on the hi-hat on the and of 2 and beat 3. So that bass drum falls in between the hi-hats and 3. No bass drum on beat 3, but we do play the bass drum on the and of 3 still. And 3 and. So slowly that would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that little bass drum gives a little bit of push, and that's the kind of effect that Phil gets on the recording. Let's play it up to speed, sound like this. So now let's take a look at the actual way Phil plays it. So what he does is he plays 2 16th notes next to each other on the of 2 as I just showed you, and then also on beat 3. So from the and of 2 we get this motion, and 3, and 3, and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and bass, 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 snare. So if we play the whole thing slowly it would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and let's increase the speed. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. One, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and again 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And then at the end of that line, bar 4 of line 2 of chorus 2, we've got like a drum fill kind of idea. Not really an official drum fill as you'd think of it, because we're playing it between bass drum and snare drum, but it's different from the beat, so I guess you could call it a fill, a drum fill, a fill in. So we're playing 8th notes up on the ride cymbal for this drum fill. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that doesn't change. And what Phil does is quite a cool idea. he's playing a grouping of, so I'm going to get technical now, so you don't really have to understand this, but for the more technical drummers you might find this interesting. But I'll show you how to play it in a second, so don't worry. We'll play a grouping of 3 16th notes. The first note is played on the bass drum, the second note is played on the snare drum, and the third note is rested. And that 3-note pattern gets played 1, 2, 3, 4 times underneath the ride cymbal pattern. Let me count myself in from beat 3. 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. So the key to that is keeping that right hand steady, and then the rest should just work. And sort of up to speed. Dun, da, 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 da. So a really cool idea that the bass drum snare drum pattern moves across the beats of the bar. We're not playing 1, 2, it's kind of going da 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 da. So it moves across the beat in a really cool, interesting way. And then bar 4, we get a cymbal wash. It's called a cymbal wash. And what Phil does is he's using the shoulder of the stick on the edge of the cymbal, and he's playing fast, small notes like this to create a white noise effect with your cymbal. If you hit the crash cymbal too slowly in the wash, then you hear the individual notes. Also, if you play with the tips of the stick up on top, you can hear the individual notes as well. What you want to do is create a white noise, a blanket of sound, and the best way to do that is use the shoulder, the blunt part of the stick, on the edge of the cymbal, so you can't really hear the individual notes, but you get a effect. And I'm playing a rate of notes something around 30-second notes, so if the tempo of the song is dum, 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 then I'm playing for the cymbal wash something like 30-second notes. And then here he starts to open it at the end of the first bar, which is kind of a weird idea. Well, not really weird, so there are probably weirder things in this world than where you open in the hi-hat note.